Double-header in the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
May not even be over yet. An update on the national women's football team in the AFC Women's Asian Cup.
I'm Cheska Latuncalaw.
I'm Boom Gonzalez, sitting in for Andre Felix.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy Lee. Victor Moves puts it on. Unbelievable.
Gemma on the left side. Oh, stopping another one. Bacunas rejecting Espejo for the win.
March 5, 2026, Thursday. Let's start the show with a marquee matchup in the NBA featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New York Knicks. It was a playoff atmosphere at MSG as the two teams traded huge runs, but in the end, the Thunder took the victory 103-100. The defending champs did have to overcome the Knicks' 40-point third-quarter explosion, digging deep in the fourth to regain control. New York had two chances to force overtime, but Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby missed their shot attempts. Chet Holmgren paced OKC with 28 points on top of 8 rebounds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander added 26 markers and 8 assists. The Thunder continue to rule the West and the overall standings with 49 wins and 15 losses. The Knicks remain third in the East with 40 victories and 23 defeats.
Take me through those final sequences, that three you hit, and then the defense on the other end.
Yeah, late game, you got to just figure it out, and whatever it looks like. We didn't have the third quarter we wanted. They were playing fast, they were the aggressor, but we kind of got the car back on the road in the fourth quarter and were able to give ourselves a chance late game. But yeah, late game, you just got to figure it out. I made plays, guys made plays. We still got to here with a W.
You guys have dealt with injuries the whole season. Dub is still out as he's behind me in street clothes. What do you got to do here moving forward? Like, what's the most important factor as you guys try to round out the season?
We got to get healthy because we're going to need everyone for this playoff run. And then we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We got to stay together. We got to be the team we've been the last year and a half. But yeah, getting healthy is first and foremost.
Shai, congratulations. Thank you.
Appreciate it, boss.
Meantime, statement win for the Charlotte Hornets as they blow out the Boston Celtics. Final score here, 118-89, with the Hornets getting their first victory in Boston in over 4 years. The Celtics tried to hang with their younger opponents, but could not sustain any momentum. The stunner came on a second night of a back-to-back for Charlotte. Rookie sensation Conchanepo showed out with 21 points on 50% field goal shooting. Brandon Miller added 18 markers and 5 rebounds. Boston's Swiss knife Derek White led all scorers with 29 points in a losing cause. The Hornets have now won 6 games in a row, climbing to 9th in the East with a 32-31 win-loss slate. The Celtics remain second with 41 victories and 21 setbacks.
I think just, it's always a good win, on a tough crowd. I think we just came out with the mindset of just executing everything. I think we did a great job with that tonight, so just, keep pushing forward and keep building the wins up for of course, the city of Charlotte.
You say great crowd, but this place was quiet a lot of this game. What does that mean to you guys to be able to quiet the Garden?
Oh, it's good. I think, later on in the season we'll start seeing, tougher crowds. So this didn't do nothing but just prepare us for later on this season.
Lamar Skeeter told me at halftime that the key for the second half was being mature enough to handle the runs. You guys not only handled them, a lot of times they didn't even get started. What does that say about the maturity of this team?
I think just executing the game plan. We talk about getting stops, helping the helpers. I think we did a great job with that tonight of just, helping out with, whether it's a, pinch, getting a rebound, helping our bigs box somebody out, just the little things. So I think, playing with the mindset of doing everything, the little things, I think we'll pick up a lot of wins.
Can't believe I'm going to say this. Charlotte's coming for the playoffs. They are. As for the Atlanta Hawks, they flew past the Milwaukee Bucks. The Hawks dominated the last 3 quarters for the 131-113 win. Nick Alexander Walker, Jalen Johnson, and Onyeka Okongwu reached the 20-point mark as they combined for 64 markers. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 24 points for Milwaukee but was visibly frustrated and even threw the ball into the stanchion with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. The Hawks are now likewise at 32 wins and 21 losses, tied with the Hornets for 9th in the East. The Bucks are 11th with 26 wins and 35 losses.
I think more important, obviously, we want to win, and not to diminish that. But I think the more important is, the way that our guys have come together and how they're playing. We can control that. You saw the first quarter. I thought we were ready to play, and sometimes it doesn't go your way, but we hung in there. And it's good to see this. This group is so new to each other, and I think it's, the thing that I'm most impressed with about what they're doing is how unselfish they are. Everybody's sacrificing something for one another, and when you look at the shot attempts, we almost had six guys with double-figure shots, and that's a group that's sharing the ball. And I think their focus has really been on the defensive end, which is something that we need. That's the key for us.
3 more NBA games today. Here are the results. The Philadelphia 76ers bounced back from yesterday's 40-point embarrassment with a clutch 106-102 win over the Utah Jazz. Drew Holiday flashed vintage form with 35 points and 11 assists as the Portland Trail Blazers beat the short-handed Memphis Grizzlies 122-114. And lastly, the Los Angeles Clippers breezed past the Indiana Pacers 130-107. Back here at home, teams are moving double time to get the best possible placing in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Updates on today's doubleheader when play-by-play returns only here on One News.
And we're back, and thanks for joining us here on Play by Play. The PBA Commissioner's Cup is a week away, and all teams are set with their foreign reinforcements. One of them is James Dickey III, who will suit up for the Phoenix Fuel Masters. And Dickey joined me and Sean Catevis on starting lineup to talk about playing in the Philippines for the first time. Watch this.
I think every game is going to be exciting because I've never seen most of these imports or the locals I've never seen.
Correct.
The teams I've never seen. It's going to be all so each game is going to be a brand new experience. So, I mean, from the very first game, I'm just excited. I am. I honestly, every game I'm going to be excited to play.
Well, give me a few observations of some of your teammates. Who's impressed you? Like, oh, this guy, because you've got some really good teammates in that team.
I do.
Yeah.
I want to say one of my favorites right now is probably Tyler Tia.
Oh, our boy.
That's my guy.
That's your guy?
Schoolmate.
Yep. Okay, I was going to see.
There you go. These champion guys, and he comes to the show also a lot. That's our guy.
My guy, Tyler.
I love hearing that. Okay,
my guy, Tyler Tia. That's probably that's my favorite guy.
Why is that? Why is he your favorite?
Man, he's a professional. He's a real pro.
Okay.
Every single day I come into work, he's in there getting his lift in, or he's staying after extra long to shoot, or he's working on his body. He's always doing something, to make sure that he's ready. And I respect that. I respect that to the max. So just from watching the way he carries himself, he's a real pro, and I respect that.
Let's talk about what people would expect from you. Like if they don't know, they don't know your history. They're going to watch you for the very first time on starting next week. What are we bringing to the table here, James Dickey III?
There's a few ways you can go about it, but
let's go. I want to hear it.
Most importantly, no matter what happens, you're going to see energy. You're going to feel energy. That is what I'm going to bring on both ends of the court. I'm going to bring energy, and I'm going to compete. I'm going to compete. So I think that's kind of what I hold my hat on, no matter what, is that your shot's not falling or whatever, that I'm going to compete and I'm going to bring some energy, So that's what you're going to see for sure.
Must have been a fun interview.
It was.
All right, moving on to volleyball. The Signal Super Spikers tightened their hold of the top spot in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Signal beat the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells in straight sets 25-18, 25-23, and 25-22. Vanny Gandler led the way with a game-high 20 points to go along with 13 excellent receptions. The Super Spikers improve its record to 5-2, good for first in the standings. The Thunderbells fall to 1-6 for last place.
Yeah, we know that no one is safe, even though we started the conference strong. We know that we're not safe because everyone has wins, everyone has losses, and now's not the time for us to relax. So every practice, we're really doing our best to stay aggressive and to keep improving from all our mistakes, and yeah.
In the UAAP, good news for the fans of the NU Lady Bulldogs. Prize rookie Sam Cantada says she's no longer feeling any pain in her shin. Cantada's absence from yesterday's match against the UE Lady Warriors was just a precaution. She was actually in uniform and even warmed up before the game. The lefty spiker got hurt over the weekend when she collided with teammate Icy Cepada in their match against UP. Cantada had to leave the floor and watch from the sidelines as her teammates fell to the Fighting Maroons in 5 exciting sets. But the Lady Bulldogs managed to bounce back by sweeping the Lady Warriors. Celine Marsh started in Cantada's place and finished with 11 points and 12 excellent digs. Cantada says she's proud of how her teammates held the fort in the victory. She adds she is focused on resting and fully recovering from her shin injury.
Okay naman po ako. Ay, natay lang po yung result. Pero okay naman po. Pero yung na pong need So yung pain na po, you need MRI. Siyempre po, sobrang proud po ako kasi nakakuha po yung lahat ng kumpiyansa po. Mag-rest daw po kasi marami pa naman pong games. Yan po. And mas mabibigat din naman po yung games na namin. So, rest na lang po.
The FEU Lady Tamaraws seek more consistency in their games even after scoring back-to-back wins. FEU is fresh off a straight sets victory over the Ateneo Blue Eagles. The Lady Tamaraws dominated the first 2 sets, but they had to survive a third set scare where they trailed 17-22. Lovely Lopez and Jazz Eliarina closed out the match on a 9-3 run to get the win. Tin Ubaldo orchestrated the offense with 14 excellent sets to go along with 4 markers. After the match, Ubaldo reflected on what FEU needs to do to further climb up in the standings.
Andun na po, pero syempre hindi naman po kami magsa-stop sa dun lang. Meron pang dapat kasunod, follow through, kumbaga. Parang dapat gutom pa rin kami sa mga bagay na, alam mo yun, hindi pa namin siya nakukuha. Like yung goal nga namin, ano bang goal namin this first round? Yun nga, makakuha ng as much as win as possible. Kaya hindi kami magsa-stop dun sa consistency na ginawa namin kanina. Kasi mas marami pang mahihirap na sitwasyon kaming mapagdadaanan.
Coming up, a big moment off the court for one of tennis's biggest stars. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka is officially engaged to her longtime boyfriend. The details when play-by-play returns here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Another loss for the Philippine women's football team in the AFC Women's Asian Cup. The Filipinas absorbed a 3-0 defeat at the hands of South Korea. Jeon Yug-yong put the world number 22 team on the board in the 12th minute, followed by Park Soo-jong's goal 3 minutes later after finding the top corner of the net. Moon Eun-ju then tripled the advantage after another goal in the 56th minute. The Philippines' Carly Frilles had a chance from just outside the box in the 45th minute, but couldn't convert. This is the Filipinas' 7th straight loss to the South Koreans. The Filipinas campaign now hinges on their final group stage match against Iran on March 8th Sunday. The Philippines must win this match for a chance at advancing to the play-in. Let's go back to the PVL as the PLDT high-speed hitters escape the farm-fresh Foxies. The back-and-forth affair took 5 sets to complete: 25-17, 23-25, 27-25, 21-25, and 15-10. Kath Arado was named player of the game with 29 digs and 15 receptions. Savvy Davison had a monster triple-double outing of 32 points, 12 digs, and 13 receptions. The high-speed hitters climbed to 5-1 to keep pace with the top teams in the league. The Foxies fall to two victories and 4 defeats.
Wow, 32 points for Savvy Davison? Cool! All right, let's go to the NBA. We got an all-NBA lineup in tonight's highlight reel. Let us start with that marquee matchup we were talking about. The Knicks, the Thunder, in the Garden. That's OG Anunoby in front of Chet Holmgren's sensational finish. Anunoby had 16 points. The Knicks, though, as we said, fall prey to the Thunder, 103-100. That was a great game, back and forth. Especially in that third quarter, the Garden was going crazy. All right, next, let's go to the Pacers versus the Clippers. Kobe Sanders throws it up high to Derrick Jones Jr. I always love it. The catch and crush. DJJ, Uncle DJJ showing that he still has it. That's one of Sanders' 2 assists. DJJ chipping in 12 points. The Clippers rout the Pacers 130-107. All right, moving on. Blazers, Grizzlies. Drew Holiday with a fine dime to City Sissoko in the baseline. Look at that. Reverse. Laid in. Great pass. Spectacular finish. Holiday at 35 points, by the way, and 11 assists. One of the 11 assists right there. The Blazers outlast the Grizzlies 122-114. Let's go to the Hornets. Come on, Hornets. They're finally winning versus the Celtics. Brandon Miller. You can see this kid. I love watching the Hornets, but they're always losing. But now, 6 in a row. Look at that. Against 4 Celtics in Boston. Miller had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. You heard him earlier, too, in that interview. Now, I love the Hornets so much. Let's get 2 highlights from them. Same game, but this time, let's get from Boston. Jaylen Brown. He is him. This is his team. No doubt. Oh, look at that. Woo! Brown had 20 points, 11 rebounds. Celtics, though, lose to the red-hot Hornets 118-89. But the Hornets, 6-game winning streak. Miami is up next for them. All right, there you go. Woo! Back to you, Cheska.
They're finally winning.
Yes!
And before we go, congratulations are in order for women's tennis world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka, for a victory off the court. Sabalenka announced that she is now engaged to her boyfriend of 2 years, Georgios Frangoulis. The world number 1 shared the news on social media, posting a video of the proposal with a caption, "You and me forever." The moment took place by a poolside setting decorated with pink flowers and candles. Sabalenka also posted a close-up of her engagement ring, joking that she had no idea the proposal was coming. Back in August, the couple got engaged at Aryna's US Open match, and at the time, she noted there was no pressure for Georgios to propose. The 27-year-old tennis star has previously credited Frangoulis for supporting her through the demands of the tour. Again, congratulations to the newly engaged couple.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Just asked him where was my ring in front of 25,000 people in New York. No pressure at all. But hey, it was bound to happen. Maybe just sooner than it should have been.
Okay.
Hey, congratulations. We love engagements. And that's all from us tonight, kapatid. Catch us tomorrow again, 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Boom Gonzalez sitting in for Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.